Hey everybody, welcome back. You know when you just run out of beauty products and then you just keep running out of all of them and then you have to buy everything all at the same time? That is me this month. We actually have a good number of products, so I'll try to go through these rather quickly so that we're not here until Kingdom Come. All right, we'll start with something that you already know about. I talked about these in my last Empties, but this is the trial size that I was saying I was working on. And so this I'm actually not gonna throw away. I haven't even told you what this is. This is the First Aid Beauty Facial Radiance Pads. These are the things that I use after I cleanse, before I moisturize, to just sort of tone, even out my skin tone and texture, and just unclog my pores a little bit more. I bought this travel size so that I could continue to reuse it and just put the pads from one container into the other when I travel so that I'm never without. So I'm not actually gonna throw this away, but again, I still really like this product. I'm currently testing out the Juice Beauty version of this product. To be determined on what I think about those. I did mention them in my FabFitFun and add-ons unboxing, and I've been using them consistently, and I think that my skin is performing. Well, my skin doesn't perform. I think that the pads are performing pretty well on my skin. I haven't had any irritation. They seem to be doing the job, and I think that they're a great alternative to this. Now, I'll have to put the prices of the two on the screen to see, you know, quantity versus price to see which is actually the better value, but both are performing really well for me. So, this is another product that I've talked about in a favorites video before actually, and this is the Clear Care Plus Hydroglide contact solution. It's a little different from your normal contact solution, but it's meant to sort of clean off your contacts really, really well rather than just having them soak in a solution overnight. So you fill up this particular container that it comes with and you put your contacts on this really weird dual-sided plastic piece, and this bubbles up and like really does a good job cleaning your contacts. And so with season changes, I typically like to use this bottle all the way up just while my eyes are getting adjusted to the new things that are flying around in the air and getting caught in my contacts, because I have pretty sensitive eyes when it comes to that. I deal with a lot of eye redness because of my allergies, and so this stuff has been really great. So I need to get some more now that it's transitioning into fall, because this was sort of my summer bottle of this. I don't think that you need to use it every single day, because I find that my normal contact solution works once my eyes are not irritated, but this is not more expensive. This is actually less expensive than the contact solution that I use all the time for like the synthetic lenses that they use these days. I think this is like $9 or $10. And while we're talking about the contact solution, this is my normal contact solution. It's the BioTrue Multi-Purpose Solution by Bausch & Lomb. It's supposed to work like your eyes. Now, something that I didn't know is that if you use like the new breathable contact lenses that most companies are switching to, then you need to be using a solution that actually that's supposed to work with those types of contacts, because I'm somebody who's a bargain shopper through and through, so I was always just reaching for the store brand contact solution that's made for traditional lenses. You have to use the solution that's made for them or your contacts really will dry out. I was noticing a really bad dry eye problem, and my optometrist just said, hey, you need to get this other solution, and sure enough, it worked. So this is my travel contact solution. Apparently I've been going through a ton of this stuff, because I have been traveling so much, and I'm annoyed because these travel contact solution things I can't unscrew and refill. Does anybody know of a brand of travel contact solution that allows you to refill the bottle? It's stupid to go off and buy a $2 bottle of contact solution every single time I run out. So if you know, please leave it in the comments below. We can get through the boring everyday products. I ran out of 2 different toothpaste. So this is my full size one that I keep in my drawer when I'm at home. And I've been using this Colgate Enamel Health Whitening toothpaste. And this I've actually really liked. I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but lightened enamel at the bottom of my 2 front teeth and at the tops of my front bottom teeth. And that's just the way my teeth are. I'm assuming maybe the amount of coffee that I drink or whatever I've consumed over my lifetime has sort of worn down the enamel, and you just can't get that back. So this is supposedly supposed to be good to keep your enamel health up, but you can't like regrow enamel or like add more through a toothpaste. But anyway, I do like this. This was my travel toothpaste, and I love this stuff because of the size. Funny enough, I actually have a friend that's about to complete dental school, and we were asking her like, hey, what toothpaste should we use? And she was like, just read on the back, and if it says it's by the American Dental Association or it's been approved by them, then you can use it, it's fine. So then I pulled this out because we were traveling together, and I was like, can you read this? And she was like, yeah, this doesn't mention that, but She was like, not to say it's harmful or anything, but I just typically choose toothpaste that have been approved by the American Dental Association. So, fun fact for you, this is the Colgate Optic White toothpaste, and it's supposed to have whiter teeth in 1 week. Okay, this one's really sad. I love this lotion. It's the OGX Hydrating Argan Oil of Morocco lotion, and it smells really, really good. This is actually my second bottle in this size, and this is huge. This is 16.9 fluid ounces. I always try to get it when you get 30% more free. And this was buy one, get one free at Ulta one time or something. But there was a formula difference between the first bottle that I bought and this bottle. This one, like, it is probably, if I hold it up to the light, there's probably still this much product left in this, but I can't use it. Because when you put it on your legs, it is so much work to actually rub the lotion in. It's so thick and it does not sink into your skin. So I think that maybe this was just a bad batch, because the first time I bought this lotion, it was not like that. So hopefully it's not reformulated permanently to be this thick and non-workable, but I'm just gonna have to throw this away. Something is wrong with this bottle. But this also does have like artificial colors in it, which is so unnecessary for lotion. But it doesn't have any parabens or anything. It's very fragrant, so if you're sensitive to fragrance, you won't like this, but they make this in shampoo and conditioner too, and it smells really good. So I highly recommend this scent, not so much this lotion, so unfortunately this is a not empty that's still being thrown away. Next, we have the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer. So this was something that I used as a daytime moisturizer, and it came in that First Aid in Bloom set that I mentioned in the last product, Empties. It's the same set that this came in. This actually lasted me for a solid, I don't know, 3-ish months or so. Those kits are such a great value. Just always buy things in kits if you're curious to try out different products, because they might come in, like, this is definitely a smaller size than the full size, but it's still 25 uses out of this tub. So those value kits are just the way to go. Anyway, I really did like this facial moisturizer. It's nothing super impressive and nothing that really blew me away, but for a daytime moisturizer, I'm never looking for something that's too heavy. I don't want anything too thick. This went on and it didn't make me feel sweaty. You know how sometimes you can put a moisturizer on and when it doesn't seep in, you feel sweaty? Very similar, actually, to how this lotion makes you feel, because it's just, the formula is wonky. This formula is really good, nice and silky, and I love the packaging of this. So it comes with a pump, so it's pumping the product up, so you know that when you just don't have any more in the bottle, like, I can't even pump the pumper. So I know that I'm totally out of product, which means that nothing's going to waste. So A+ on the packaging and the performance of this moisturizer. I really loved it. I think I mentioned this shampoo in the last Empties too, but I finally ran out of the conditioner. This is the Aveeno Pure Renewal Conditioner. Smells really good, works really well, lasted forever, as most conditioners do. I would probably repurchase this shampoo and conditioner mainly because of the smell. It really does smell so good, and it worked well. It was more of like a, it's not so much a clarifying shampoo, but it wasn't something, like, it claims that it is for all hair types and it's to refresh and rebalance for healthy manageability. And I think that the claim is exactly how it performs. So they're not, you know, overselling this product and saying it's gonna give you great volume or super sleek or something. It worked. It was good shampoo and conditioner. The next couple of products are from Glossier, and this is an online-only brand. I'm sure that you've seen it advertised. I ran out of the Glossier Priming Moisturizer. It is a buildable hydrating cream, and this stuff was okay. Remember how when I was talking about the First Aid Beauty Facial Moisturizer, I was saying it works great, the formula feels good, it doesn't make your face feel sweaty and thick? This sort of makes my face feel sweaty right after I put it on. I don't really love the way that it felt when my face was not super dry, but when my face was dry, this was fine. But I don't think that this is something that I'll repurchase, because it was a little more expensive. Well, it was a lot more expensive than the e.l.f. one I'm using, and it just, like, it didn't do anything special. Like, I don't think that the priming claim of this really held up, but it wasn't bad. It was just a mediocre product that I don't think I'm gonna, you know, go online, order it, and wait for it to come in. Like, I don't love it that much. So it was fine, but it's not for people with super dry skin, and it's not for people with oily skin, or you're gonna get that weird sweaty feeling. So if you are a neutral Nancy with your skin, which I am most of the time, it'll be fine. but it will not knock your socks off. The next thing is this Glossier Super Bounce Hyaluronic Acid and Vitamin B5 Serum. Now this I actually did like. When I ordered this during the winter time, and it lasted me forever because I didn't use it every day. It comes in this tiny little bottle that's very cute. I really want to figure out how to repurpose this. I would put this on after I cleansed my face, just before I moisturized, and I think that this did a pretty good job. They say that with the hyaluronic acid in it, which I think my skin really likes, it's supposed to reduce the lines on your forehead, you know, like your expression lines when you're relaxed and maybe around the mouth and stuff. And I actually did over time notice that maybe my lines were less dramatic, but overall, this just did a really good job moisturizing my face. Now they have 3 or 4 different serums, so you'll need to go online and figure out which one was best for you. I remember at the time, this was sort of what I wanted out of a serum, but I know they have another one that's like ultra hydrating, and I don't know. They have others. Check them out. I'm very interested in trying the Glossier Wilder, which is like their new setting powder. So maybe if I get on and order that once I run out of my setting powder, I would probably pick up another serum because I really did like it. So I do recommend this. I think this was somewhere in like the $26-ish range. But again, I'll have everything linked down below for you so that you can see the prices of everything and get direct links to go order it if you're interested. Similar to the lotion, this is another thing that I have that I just have to throw away. Something was wrong with this. It's been leaking out of the bottom ever since I bought it. So I now have like a stained ring in my cabinet in the apartment, which sort of stinks, but this is the Sunbum Zinc Oxide SPF 50 sunscreen. It's like a facial sunscreen, and you open it up, it's a little jar, you lift this little cap off right here, and then you have the product. Now, I did use up a pretty good amount of this product. I've had it for like 2 summer seasons, which is probably too long, honestly, so maybe it's good I'm getting rid of it. But yeah, for some reason it just did that leaky thing. But I really did like this. It goes on clear. It's specifically formulated for your face, so I never noticed breakouts. I never noticed anything, you know, I didn't feel like I had clogged pores. It went on your face, it really sheared out, and it protected. It did a great job. The scent of all Sunbum products is sort of like banana coconutty. They smell really, really good. And I love the Sunbum sunscreen. This is water resistant for 80 minutes. It's made with aloe. It rubs in clear, absorbs quickly. It's made with vitamin E. It's these 4 ingredient free that I don't know how to pronounce, and then it's alcohol free. So it's supposed to be a healthier formula. I do recommend this product, but see if they have it in a squeezy tube or in like the big squeeze bottles, because something about this packaging made it leak, and I'm just having to throw it away because it's everywhere. I now have 2 masks that I want to talk about, and the first one is the First Aid Beauty 5-in-1 Bouncy Mask. It helps to nourish, calm, firm, plump, and refine, and it's safe for sensitive skin. This again came in that First Aid and Bloom set that I got with my birthday gift card from Sephora. And I really liked this mask. It sort of went on really clear. It just looked like a clear gloopy thing on your face, and you leave it on for a few minutes and then you wash it off. But the claim when it says it plumps and refines, like, I will say that when I washed it off, my face just felt very moisturized and looked very healthy, and it was something that I would do at night before bed. But I think that this is also a mask that you can use before you put your makeup on if you have that extra time. A lot of masks, especially sheet masks for me, are not something that I can use before I put my makeup on. So I think that this is great if you're somebody who likes to use it at both times of day. The next mask I want to talk about is something that I got from Influencer in one of the Vox boxes, and this is the Tree Hut Exfoliating Mud Mask. And I really liked this size. I know it didn't last me forever, but this is a product that the more you open it and the more that it's exposed to air, it tends to dry out. So on my last use, I think I got, again, 4 or 5 uses out of this. It was definitely noticeably drier. And so I was like really spreading it onto my skin. But what's cool about this is it has these little exfoliating granules in it, so it acts as a physical exfoliator when you go to like rub it off. And I didn't notice that it was like really irritating my skin or tearing my skin or anything. It's not super harsh, but it works very similarly to the Origins Retexturizing Rose Clay Mask that I love. I'm always hard on sheet masks because I don't think they're that wonderful. I think sheet masks are good for moisturizing, period. But for purifying and cleansing and getting the pores, no, they don't do all that. It's something where you have to like physically scrub your skin, that's when I notice a difference in like clogged pores or something. So before I hop into the last bit of makeup empties that I have, I wanted to go ahead and mention that I ran out of this small size Batiste dry shampoo. I always travel with dry shampoo, and this one had just seen too many trips. I went to use it the other morning to make sure that I had used it all up, and I mean, it is totally gone. Like nothing was coming out of the spray nozzle onto my hair. But this is a really inexpensive drugstore dry shampoo that straight up works. It doesn't smell the best, but it doesn't smell bad. I have this in the Clean & Classic original scent, and they actually make it in probably like 10 different varieties now. They have some for blonde hair, brown hair. They all smell great. So if you're looking for a cheap alternative to dry shampoo that actually gets the job done, this is your friend. So the first makeup empty that I ran out of is this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. This is probably the third one of these that I've gone through, and I love it. It is super easy to apply. It's one of those that's just really fast. You just put it on and you can like pat, pat, pat with your finger and then set it with some powder, which I do recommend doing with this because it can definitely crease and move around if you don't. But this is a really low maintenance concealer that's really good for natural days when you're using a tinted moisturizer or something along those lines. It's what I'm actually wearing today. It has great coverage. I get mine in the light shade, but this light shade works for me really well to brighten up the under eye a little bit and hide dark circles. So I highly recommend this to you. It is like $9 at the drugstore. I'm already on another one of these now. I continue to repurchase and repurchase. It has this really cool top. You take it off and it's just this little sponge and you click it and the product goes up in there and then you just like put it on under your eyes. So it's very soft. It doesn't tug your under eye, which is a place where you need to be very careful about pulling to, prevent wrinkles and just unnecessary wear and tear on your skin. So if you're looking for a new concealer and you haven't tried this out yet, go get it. The next is this L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. This is another drugstore product. This has been hyped and hyped and hyped. If you watch a lot of YouTube, I know you've heard this beat to death. It has a really fluffy applicator. Everybody is relating this to the Toothpaste Better Than Sex mascara. It has very similar packaging too with the light pink. It's just really good at volumizing and lengthening your lashes for like $8. One thing I will say is this didn't last super long. I've definitely had mascaras that last longer because it gets really clumpy and gloopy, and the product seemed to dry out a bit faster. So I'm already on my second tube of this, and I think I had this, I don't know, probably 3 months, which is the recommended time you should have a mascara, but I feel like I can typically use mine just a little longer, and this one I definitely couldn't. If you're looking for a good volumizing, lengthening mascara that stays all day, then this is what you need to go pick up. I'm really sad to be out of this because it's a little expensive, and this was like my very first sort of expensive foundation or moisturizer or tinted moisturizer to ever buy. And this is the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream. This you can pick up at Ulta or Sephora, and this really is just a tinted moisturizer. It's not going to give you any sort of crazy coverage, but it does even out your skin tone if you have a little bit of redness. And it also has SPF 30, which I really like. Now, this is something that you need to have a companion powder that you love to use with this, because for me, in the summers, again, I have really oily skin. In the winters, I have pretty dry skin. But no matter when I use this, I had to set this with a powder, because if you don't, you can put your finger right here and like drag down and like the product will go away. And so if you like lean on your face during work or scratch something, or like the product would come off and it would look crazy. But when you set it with a powder, it has pretty good staying power after that. I have this in the shade Wheat 4.5, which is a pretty good summer shade for me when I was seeing the sun a little more. For my skin tone, I think that the shade Vanilla 3 would actually be a better fit now that I haven't been out in the sun as much. I do recommend this to you if you just want something that's not super full coverage but still makes you feel put together and evens out your skin tone and then allows your other makeup to stay throughout the day. This is a really good product. It was retailing for $29.50, but I want to say that the price has gone up on this. And I was disappointed to see that because this was actually a lot cheaper than any of the other alternatives that this competes with. And they have a humongous shade range. So they have this from super duper light to super duper dark. So this can work for everybody looking looking for just a little bit of coverage. Now that I have talked you all to death, I am finally finished with my product empties for the month of September. I'm sure that I'll be running out of some other things soon enough, but it will probably take me a while to get this stocked of a product empties video again. But if you have any suggestions that you think I might like based on some of the products that I mentioned here today, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I'll give them a try. And again, if anybody knows about that travel contact solution that allows me to refill the bottle, please tell me what it is, because I will rush out and buy it now, because I have a whole other month of travel ahead of me in October. So thank you for joining today. If you like this video, please like it and stick around for more. Join the community and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.